Legendary college football coach Joe Paterno is dead just months after losing his job in the wake of a child sex scandal involving one of his former assistants. News 4's Al Waters is live in the newsroom tonight. Al?
Now, Lena, a somber day on the campus of Penn State University, the place they call Happy Valley. Joe Paterno, whose health had been failing from lung cancer, died today, leaving not only the Penn State community to mourn, but thousands of others around the world whose lives had been touched in some way by the man they called Joe Pa. Joe Paterno was a living legend in the college football ranks, ironically becoming the winningest coach in college football history, and then abruptly fired in the midst of Penn State's sex abuse scandal involving former assistant coach Jerry Sandusky. Students, friends, and well-wishers laid flowers at Paterno's statue, celebrating 62 years of coaching at the school, and a moment of silence was observed just before Penn State's basketball game at Indiana.
He was one of the molders of men. And for all those years, that's what he tried to do, you know, academically, as well as maturing them into good citizens.
Craig Service coached under Paterno for 11 years before taking over the program at UB.
I was born and raised in Buffalo, New York, but I truly grew up at Penn State.
Service says Coach Paterno always treated his team and staff like family. Paterno was there with his wife Sue when Service married his wife Peggy, whose brother was the Nittany Lions starting quarterback.
But to be able to challenge ourselves to be excellent, but do so above board and with honor was the absolute most important thing to Joe and the program.
Service, who was out of coaching, told us Joe Pa, as Paterno was affectionately known, was much more than a coach. He was a humanitarian.
We lost maybe one of the great American figures of the 20th century. I think his leadership, his influence has meant a great deal to America and to many people for many, many decades.
Craig Service told us he is heartened by knowing he got to talk with Paterno one last time a couple of weeks ago, just to see how his former boss was holding up with so many things swirling around him, and then his health taking a turn meant a lot to both men. Joe Paterno was 85 years old. Al Waters, News 4 at 6.